Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Mickey Feldman-Simon. I'm the founder of I'm Back at Work, and I'm excited to have you on the webinar here today. And I hope you join us on other webinars as well, whether it's recorded ones or upcoming live ones. And thank you, Maria Yunus, for joining us here today to talk about dreaming it, start living it. And before I pass it on to Maria, I want to make sure that everybody can use and navigate the webinar panel. So your panel may look like the small image on the right or the expanded image on the left. And to open and close it, you just click on the orange arrow and it will open and close the webinar panel. Now, you can also move it out of the way just in case it's obstructing the view of the PowerPoint for you. You just click anywhere up the top, whether it's open or closed. You just click on the top and then drag it out of the way. So you can just move it out of the presentation. Now, in the last 5 minutes of the webinar, we are going to have a 5-minute Q&A. And to ask questions, please click on the gray panel, on the gray bar, and that says questions. And then you can click your questions, type your questions in the blue rectangle right underneath, and we will address all of your questions at the end of the webinar. So now I'm going to pass it on to Maria, and I'm also going to turn my video camera off so you can concentrate on the webinar. Welcome, everyone, and welcome, Maria.
Thank you so much, Mickey. I'm really excited to be here to share with you the process of living your dreams. I want to introduce myself just briefly. I'm Maria Yunus. I am a clarity coach and Dreamweaver. I'm also an inspirational public speaker. I have my certification through the Coaches Training Institute, and I have 12 years of experience. Lost my train of thought. 12 years of experience supporting executives, entrepreneurs, and professionals to live their dreams. I'm a single mom. I have a 20-year-old son in college. And I also have 15 years of corporate communications background in multiple industries. So now that I want to get us started on the webinar, I'm going to turn my video off so you can focus on the presentation. And when we look at how we're going to spend our time together today, I want to just let you know I'm going to share just a little bit more about me, how I got here, how I got to the point where I can say I'm living my dream and I'm a dream weaver. Then we're going to talk about dreams. What are they? Why are they out of reach? Then I'm going to introduce you to my foundational process of living your dream. And then finally, I'm going to help you and get connected to your dreams. My hope is you'll gain some clarity today, not only about your dreams, but what's getting in the way and what your next steps might be to start living your dream. So to start, I want to share a little bit about me and my story. If you had known me about 20 years ago, you would have said, wow, look at her. She has everything: solid corporate communications job, married, a house, great neighborhood, and in a great community. And she was about to have a baby. And it's true. All of that is true. I wanted to be a mom. My hope is some of this is going to resonate with you, by the way. A few years later, I woke up to realize I just wasn't happy about any aspect of my life. I had lost the juice of my job and my career. My marriage was fizzling out. Things were really tough at home. And worst yet, I was a mom to this beautiful baby boy, the light of my life, and I didn't feel like I could be a good mother to him. I wanted more for him. I realized I needed to make a difference in the different choices for him. And in order to be a good mother, I needed to be happy. So my journey began, exploring, questioning, healing, growing. I had to make some challenging decisions, like ending my marriage. I carried for years doubt, deep down, guilt, and even some shame about breaking the family unit, and wondered, even though in my heart I knew it was the right choice, I wondered if it was absolutely the right choice for my son. You may know what it feels like to carry that mother's guilt. Well, I did a lot of work around that over the years, and more about that later. Along the way, I found coaching. I found my passion, my purpose, my mission in life to step up and show up to help others live their dreams and live their most fulfilling life. I met the love of my life, and I am currently creating a new life and home with him. And finally, more about motherhood. While I really did come to a place of knowing it was all the right choice, there were still places that hadn't fully been aligned and clearly let go of. So only 8 months ago, where it all came together, was just last winter break when my son was home from college. I was picking him up from spending time with his father. I'm in the car, I'm driving. He gets in the car and he says, Mom, why do people have to be so negative? It really bothers me. And I'm nodding, driving, say, yeah, I know, it can really be hard and it bothers me too. And he says, well, I don't know. I don't understand. You know, I want to be the guy. I want to be that guy that people see and say, look at him. He sees the best in people. He always has something positive to say. In that moment, now remember, I was driving. I was fighting the tears, and I can still feel chills when I talk about this, because in that moment I was struck by this clarity, a clear knowing through my body, not just in my heart, but down to the core of my being, that I had done everything right. All the doubt, the shame, the guilt just fell away. Look at my son. I've always been so proud of him, but look at the human being he's become. Not only can I be proud of him, but I can be proud of myself as a mom, and I can finally own that I am a good mother. Now, I can tell you with all of that, that I am living my dream, that all parts of my dream are active and real in my life. Now, you might ask me, why are you sharing this story? Well, I know what it feels like to be at rock bottom, my self-esteem and confidence completely shot. And I lived through finding my way to creating the life of my dream, one aspect at a time, and I know what it feels like. I want this for you. I hold passionately that it is not too late to live your dreams. I also want to share that this is not just me and not just you. This is an issue across the board. There's evidence all around us that there are many people struggling with happiness and not living the life they want. And this is what I want to have an impact to change. Again, connected with my passion to help others wake up to their dreams and claim that for themselves. So how do we know this? Well, there's a lot of evidence, and even in a recent Gallup poll, it reveals that 77% of employees are not engaged in their work. That is a lot of people who are spending 40 plus hours a week in a job that they are not fulfilled in. Whether they're not happy, they're not being fulfilled. They're not engaged. Furthermore, we know the quality of life has an impact on not just our happiness, but our health. In an ongoing study that Harvard has been doing for many years, they've connected the health at age 80 to the quality of your relationships in your 50s. Now, one thing I know about dreams is they're out of reach. Now, if you think about it, if a dream wasn't out of reach, it would be a reality. So what has this happen? Why are we here? Well, we knew how to dream and to believe in what was possible when we were children. But as we get older, we forget how to dream and we lose touch with that. We actually stop being clear about what really lights us up. And we get distracted, frankly, by everything else in our lives, including others' wants, needs, and expectations. What's even more interesting as I reflect on my story is when I had that waking moment, I realized I didn't even know what I wanted or needed. And I didn't know at that time what I truly expected from myself. So I know that this is not just my experience. So what else about dreams? Well, once we get the clarity, and I'm hoping you see the importance of connecting to our dreams as it connects to our health and feeling fulfilled. And once you start getting that clarity, you get connected to the spark of what's most important to you. Because when you start to understand what your dream is, what it feels like and looks like, it actually holds the essence of the most fulfilling, positive life that you can have. And the wonderful thing about dreams is that they're all uniquely individual and as beautiful as each and every one of us. Whatever your dream is, it is worth connecting with. And the dreams can run the full spectrum in scope. And when I talk about dreams being big, I actually believe all dreams are big because they're out of reach. So whether it's a big dream to be on a national stage, to start your own business that has an impact worldwide, to a big dream to having a new job that fits into your ideal version of what your life looks like, a life of balance, or the big dream of simply having a fulfilling life full of joy and harmony. All dreams are beautiful. The other point I want to make is we can have different kinds of dreams. We have the dreams that are considered inner dreams, like the quality of feeling like or being happy with oneself, being content. We can have an outer dream that might look like having a new station or title, or having something new like a house or your dream car. Whatever it is, it's all good. So let me just give you a quick orientation about the process, the foundation that I believe can be very helpful to helping you live your dream. It all starts with that awakened awareness of a desire. Maybe you have an awakened realization of what your dream is, and maybe that dream is just an idea, but it all starts with that waking up. And then it's about knowing there's something more, something different that you want to have. With that, the Dreamweaver's 4 C's to living your dreams are the foundations to building the process to be able to make your dream your reality. It all starts with the foundation of clarity. Clarity of what's most important to you, what lights you up, what your core values are. What is your dream? Why is it important to you? All those things. It's a full spectrum of what one needs to know to have full clarity. After that, it's building the confidence on top of that clarity. Because if you think about it, we need courage, we need confidence to be able to move forward to do something we haven't yet done before. There's a reason why dreams are out of reach. Then there's commitment, stepping fully in to commitment, and then creation. These are the foundational 4 C's to living your dream. And built on top of that is the Live Your Dream process with the acronym DREAM. And of course, it all starts with your dream, knowing you have a dream, giving yourself permission to dream, starting to round out the clarity of what that dream is and why it's important to you. Part of the clarity piece is actually understanding what's been getting in the way. So the next step is to release those obstacles so that you can keep moving forward. Once you do that, then it's about shifting your mindset, shifting your perspective to evolve into being the creator of your life and recognizing you have more abilities, more control to make choices than you might realize. And then after that, once we step onto the commitment foundation, here's where aligned action steps in. My hope is that you can get a sense of how important all the other steps before aligned action are so that you can be not just in action, but in aligned action. And then there's mastery. This is where it all comes together, where you make it happen and you see the dreams manifest into your reality. Now, I'm covering a lot, but I want to just make a point that you can start anywhere on this system. You can be really clear about your dream and have all the confidence and know that you have control, but you just don't know how to put it into practice. Clients come to me at many different places in their process. One client came, she knew she had the marketing skills to launch her own business. She had been in a marketing position for a long time, a single mom, but she lacked the confidence to be able to step into the full commitment. So we did a lot of work around helping her start to understand what she needed to release so that she could fully own the creator that she was. And now she reports she has her own business. She feels very confident, and she actually said it was a very joyous journey to get to the place where she's now independent and very happy. Similarly, another client came to me, and in a similar way, he knew he needed some confidence, but it was more about figuring out the clarity of what he already had accomplished and what he wanted. And again, a similar process. We had to work on what he needed to release, and now he is the master of his life. He's not only being awarded things at work in his mid-management position, but he has a very rich family life. as well as a lot of the work he does on the side in a charity organization. And then finally, I wanted to point out, you could have the clarity of that knowing that you just need to get clarity about your dream. This client, Donna, came to me. She was already a successful business owner supporting a family of 4 by herself. She had all the clarity and confidence, and she was committed to her life, to her work, but she knew there was something missing. And we needed to do a lot of work, again, back in the dreaming area for her to understand that not only was she worthy of having her dream, but she had a lot to bring to her dream. And now, not only being a business owner, she's actually on the Nashville stage as a musician and songwriter. So I just wanted to illuminate that while today we are going to be focusing for you on the dreaming and the clarity aspect of this process, that it really is a powerful process that you can engage with wherever you are. So let's all take a deep breath. I just covered a lot of ground. And just be assured that this is being recorded. So if you want to look back at this, you will have that opportunity. So pausing for a moment, I just want to invite you to get into a comfortable place for yourself. If you're, of course, if you're driving, do what you need to do to be safe. But I invite you to just slow yourself down, to get comfortable, turn off all distractions, and if you can, close your eyes. Otherwise, be in an introspective focus. So because I want you to get the most out of this time together, I'm inviting you to take a deep breath, inviting yourself to be fully present to you in this moment. And as you get settled in and into that place of self-focus, I want you to think about and reflect about where you are right now. Think about your life. Are you really where you want to be? Are you truly happy and living the life of your dreams? Now just be honest with yourself. Even those of us who are living our dreams, there are always areas to work on. So I want you to consider an aspect of your life where you know you're not happy or you want something different. Maybe there's something that can be improved that you know would make you exponentially happier. So I want you just to focus on that aspect of your life and really ask yourself the question, what do I want? If I want something that's slightly different, more, better than what is true now, what is it that I do want? Now, wherever you are in this, it's all good. I want you to just tune in. If you have a specific idea of what it is you want, great. If it's just a feeling, that's okay too. What's important is that you just have an idea of the feeling at a minimum. And I want you to imagine having that. As you imagine having that, what would it be like to have that? What would it feel like? See if you can really get in touch with the essence of that truth, of that being true in your life, what it would feel like and be like. And as you do that, take a moment to put yourself into that feeling, or at least imagine being in that feeling of what it would be like to be where you want to be. Really sink into that. And regardless of how clear you are, even if it's just to connect with a sense of freedom, joy, fun, lightness, ease, fulfillment, whatever those feelings are, I really want you to feel into that. This is the first step to getting really clear about what the essence is of your dream that I talked about earlier. Now that you're feeling that and experiencing that, I want you to take a moment to really consider, what is the cost of not having that? Or what is the cost of not getting into action to actually make that dream a reality? Now, the cost of that could be simply your happiness. It could be something mental health related. It could be anything that maybe impacts loved ones in your lives. Is there a cost to yourself and others that you're going to experience if you do not live your dream? And I just want to point out again that the baseline of all of this is a sense of regret. Imagine having an idea or a thought and not moving forward with it, and in a year from now looking back and realizing, wow, I could have done something. That's regret. That is a cost. So I just want to remind you, we're focusing in on the dream and the clarity, and all of this has been to help you understand where you are with respect to your dream. And the next step would be to release getting the obstacles out of the way so that you can move up the process. But before you can do that, you have to know what the obstacles have been that you would need to release. So what has gotten in the way of these dreams being a reality in your life? And if you want to focus just on that one aspect that you were considering before, that's fine too. Obstacles can range from circumstances in your life, like not having enough resources, the responsibilities that you have in your life. There could be feelings. I talked about those in my story around fear, doubt, regret, shame. The fear could be ranging from fear of success, fear of failure, fear of being judged. And then there's also just beliefs and thought patterns. Are there beliefs that you hold that you've been carrying your whole life? Are there thought patterns like, I can't do that, or I'm too late? Beliefs might be, oh no, that's not something I'm supposed to be able to do because of X, Y, and Z. So take a moment to make a list or any thoughts you have about what has been getting in the way of you living your dream. And then it all comes to next steps. What is the first step that you can identify toward living your dream? Now, I imagine today, for those of you who are just getting some clarity, one of the first steps might be exploring more about the obstacles or getting clearer about your dream. That could be a first step. If you have a lot of clarity about your dream and you know what you need to do, then there may be a more aligned action step that you want to name. But what is it for you? Wherever you are, this is exactly where you're supposed to be. So another deep breath, inviting you to really allow this to sink in and see where you are with this. I know we covered a lot of ground today. And I want to say that I would be absolutely honored and thrilled to continue this conversation with anyone who has interest. And I just want to close by saying that if you want to go to my website, mariaeunice.com, sign up, and you can apply to get a call scheduled with me, and I'd be very happy to continue this process with you on the phone. And I'd like to finish by saying it is your birthright to live your dream, and it's your choice to claim it. Thank you. Back to you, Mickey.
Thank you so much, Maria, for all this valuable information, and I hope that everybody now is at least in the beginning of the process or further down the line in getting clarity about their dreams and how to go about living them. And while you type in your questions, I invite you again to click on the gray questions bar and ask any questions that you may have. I want to invite you to our I'm Back at Work Women's Only Facebook group. So if you go to Facebook and just click I'm Back at Work, there is a Facebook page, there is a Facebook group. The group is a women's only group where we support each other throughout the job search, throughout your career, and I provide daily tips for success. So I invite you to join that, and if there are any questions, we can address them now. And Maria, thank you so much for putting this presentation together. If you want to move it to the next slide as well, people can have your contact details as well if anybody has any questions. Okay, I think we're all good for today. So thank you everybody for joining us, and I hope to see you in upcoming webinars as well. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you so much, Becky.